We're going to talk about the Witcher 4 tech demo that came out of nowhere. Really even don't know why they're showing this, because I don't think this game's going to come out for like the next 2 years. CD Projekt RED, after the debacle that was Cyberpunk, I don't think it's a good idea to do a tech demo. That's all I'm saying, because you're going to start raising expectations that you probably can't fulfill. Hold on, let me show you her original face compared to her new face. Does it help that it's spread across the entire screen? Is it funnier that way? But they fixed like the cheekbones and stuff like that. They made her face too fat for some reason. I have no idea why. It feels like it's one of those, we put out a failure for a reason, so then we get applauded for when we do change something that was never supposed to be there in the first place. My problem is her eye color. I think that's because they're trying to make it look more realistic, and that's what this whole tech demo is realism. It's gonna be like a criticism about what they think realism is in a fantasy world, or why things might not be a good idea to make it realistic, per se. Eyeliner's too thick now, makes me look like an OnlyFans model. Let's flip it, go! I mean, that's funny, but that's kind of sad, actually. Yo, it's 60 frames per second? Oh, I can watch this in 1440p. Let's go. Wait. Are we just starting off with nobodies that I don't care? Technical presentation, not actual gameplay. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, this game looks okay. I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's not. They don't care what makes a good game anymore, man. It's all about realism than it is about aesthetic. Why do you think Nintendo doesn't care? It's one thing to crap on Nintendo for their business practices, but even I have stood up for the idea that aesthetic is more powerful than just graphic fidelity of realism. Doing the one screenshot test, the one frame test where you clearly know what game this is from, despite it being not from like the best moment of the game. Talked about that with Skyrim. You could do that with a Mario game. You could do that with Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. We go through dozens of games where I won't tell you what the game title is or where it's from, but more than likely you can understand that it's from a certain type of genre, even if you don't know the name of the game, for better or for worse, okay? Because this is just cutscene stuff. Are we still considering like these like revolutionary graphics? We've hit a regression to the mean point here, or law of diminishing returns. We flattened out the graph. It's not exponential. It's not logarithmic. It's not linear. We flattened out the graph. We've pretty much hit an asymptote. We can't just go over. We're hitting it against the wall multiple times just to see if it sticks, but not go through. That's what modern graphics are like right now. And I can't even say these graphics are that even phenomenal, and I'm watching it in 1440p. This stuff looks like a game from 8 years ago. Thank you. Wow, Austin. Wow, hey, man. What's up, Austin? Compared to God of War for 2018, yeah, that's a good comparison too. God of War 2018 is a great comparison as well. But I was like specifically choosing cutscenes from like, oh, that's actually a perfect. I mean, the lighting's gonna be a bit different, of course, but I'll just mute it. I'm not worried about the voice acting, okay? That's not really what my concerns are. This is a graphics demo. This is, they say tech, but it's more about graphics. This does look, I don't know if I want to say better. It doesn't, I don't even think it's fair to really even compare these two side by side because they're not equal. I think the hair is obviously better here, but I think that's because of NVIDIA Hairworks. Like, I don't know what settings this person had on their game when they made the cutscenes, because I think this might be using stuff that won't actually be in the game. This has happened many times, right? Where the trailer or tech demo doesn't end up being like the game. What game did that? Witcher 3 actually looked different in the trailer. Dark Souls 2 looked different in the trailer. A lot of games look different from their final releases. That's why it's also not a fair comparison, because we're looking at legit cutscenes in RDR2, and now we're looking at a tech demo, which might not even be in the game. But God of War, actually not just 2018, but I'd actually do Ragnarok specifically as well. Notice how this is an aesthetic? I'm just pointing this out as well as we're talking about this. The aesthetic of RDR2. Dude, I like this aesthetic though, right? Because this is where Arthur got caught and he's getting hung upside down. But you notice how it's supposed to be like blurry. It's supposed to feel like not necessarily a daydream, but concussed. That's aesthetic. That's what I'm talking about with aesthetic. They didn't have to do this. You know, I'm not the biggest blur fan. If it serves a purpose, I'm fine with it. But like motion blur is one of the worst modern graphic settings you could put in a game. Something recently I've been playing today was Tekken Tag 2, and motion blur was automatically on. I'm like, are you out of your mind? That was a game from like 2011 on the PS3. Bad modern day graphics trend. I just want to point out these RDR2 cutscenes I'm pretty sure are in game. They're not pre-rendered, which is not also a fair comparison, but that just shows you how good they were with RDR2. Damn, his mustache, Dutch's mustache looks pretty good. It's all blurry. So this won't even be the final release, but like I'm still impressed how they did hair here for certain. That bottom, the mustache on top doesn't look that great, but the bottom stuff does. But like I said, RDR2 cutscenes were mostly in-game. I don't think there was there pre-rendered? I don't think in-game cutscenes will actually be like this, but I could be wrong. Oh, I want to be wrong. We got another 2 years. I hope you can get to this level in 2 years. I mean, technically we're already there, and CD Projekt Projekt RED is already a big company now. They're AAA. Here's another good example for art direction style. Castlevania 1 mostly has blue backgrounds for contrast against Simon's orange palette. This might be too dark. This is dark as hell. That's one of the criticisms of modern era is not having proper contrast levels and saturation levels. And it's funny because the one thing I'd argue against realism is motion blur. In real life, we have motion blur. Move your head too quickly, or if an object moves too quickly, if you're not looking directly at it, it's gonna look blurry. That's not good in video games, I'd argue. First-person shooters especially. Why the hell would you want that? Oh, you should be able to see the object. You should just guess where it's at. All right. Who thought that was a good idea? Oh, coin for your Witcher. The Witcher show was a disaster. They also changed her actress, by the way, as well, so... If you don't like her voice, you're just, well, you're stuck with it.
Salt.
Ew. I mean, she only said one line here, but...
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
She sounds too much like Yennefer.
You needn't ask me twice. Almost had me fooled.
She sounds too much like Yennefer now. Like, what? Oh, god damn it. It's still baffling to me that they decided to make her a Witcher. She's more powerful than any Witcher that has ever existed ever. Okay, let's put her through the trial. She doesn't need the trial. She was literally the Messiah, the chosen one, the ultimate. Like, she could travel between timelines and worlds. Who cares? Or worlds, I should say, dimensions. Not timelines, between dimensions. Witcher 3 got ridiculous. I don't know if that's in the books, but that's dumb. I ain't gonna lie. When we're getting to Marvel, DC levels of like goofiness, I'm like, okay, we gotta reel it back in. Magic and stuff was already established, but then we're getting to like, oh, let's go to other dimensions. Let's go to this. Let's save people from there. And I'm like, okay, all right. I play Witcher because the dialogue, the characters, the combat's not the best, but the world building's really good in Witcher 3. People are so easily impressed by the smallest things. I swear to God. With things that haven't changed, right? Without reference, okay? I'm not saying you can't appreciate simple things in life. I do that too. But it just feels like seals clapping at this point. Okay, so this is actual. They said this is not actual gameplay, but we're in engine now.
We're going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with...
You're telling me this is run on the PS5? You said PS5, not PS5 Pro. PS5 at 60 frames per second. Chat, press X to doubt.
Standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
With ray tracing? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Which I have no idea why they released this. I still like... Oh, I guess they probably want to show off Ciri's face. That was probably one of the things they wanted to do because she's in like the focus of the game. And also her having a different voice actress, but...
So in the game...
Because like I said, this game's probably not going to come out for another 2 years. Unless it gets rushed like CD Projekt RED with Cyberpunk.
A professional monster slayer. A Witcher.
Why did they make this the canonical ending? It's still baffling to me that they're like, yeah, we should just make her a Witcher. You realize you could play Ciri in 3 and she has like these teleportation moves that made her unique from every other Witcher and not doing every other Witcher things? I think that's the issue with me too, is like, I don't want Geralt 2. I want Ciri if I want to play as Ciri. I clearly still want Geralt. Nah, we're just going to push him to the side, have him retire with Yen or whatever the hell. I have no idea. That's just like, this was like a half-baked idea. But now we get to be Witcher Ciri and it's like, I don't care. Sadly enough, she was cool to play as because her character is completely different from Geralt and how she deals with situations. But if she starts acting more stoic and stuff like that, like Geralt, then she's just another Geralt. You know what I want to play as? Esco and Lambert. Why can't we play as them? What is stopping us from playing as them? Also, talk about their adventures in a new world. Nah, but Ciri though.
The world and hunts down monsters for coins.
My problem is Geralt did it to get by. Ciri's doing it for the fun of it. She's literally the daughter to the Nilfgaardian Emperor. I don't know how that's gonna go. Nilfgaard own the land now? I don't know what that situation's like.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
I don't like her voice. I don't. Like I said, it's too much like Yennefer.
Instead of the tower.
See how she talks there compared to where she talks here?
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
Different accent, too. She's like English peasant, I guess, like something like that. Right. She sounds way too old.
Seamless.
Ciri was like 20-something. It's not like her voice drops an octave when she gets 25 or 30. That's
how
it works. This is like stuff I don't care about.
Deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and
no one's going to care about this. I don't care about muscle striation, dude. I care about, is the gameplay good? Is the story good? I mean, Witcher 3 is known for having good graphics, especially with the NVIDIA Hairworks they were trying to shove down your throat. You're showing off the muscle, the horses? Like, what? What is it, RDR2 where the balls shrink on the horse because it's cold outside?
It's dense forest.
Excited to introduce nanite foliage.
I do not care. I'm going to be quite honest. I am not very much concerned about the foliage as I am how you interact with characters, bugs and glitches, things missing out of the game, bad character writing, bad story elements. This is supposedly on a PlayStation 5 at 60 frames per second with ray tracing, especially how bad the PC port's going to be.
That a new idea was needed. So instead of the same
to show off their new technology of how they make trees look more realistic. Cool.
We can now bring in more content more quickly for this.
This is going to be so so hilarious if this does not end up in the game. Dude, you're making some big promises, especially in modern gaming. Hey, it's going to load faster. That foliage is going to move more realistically with the nanite technology. Oh, boy. What part of the world are we at?
Help me here and explore the marketplace and food.
Because you're going to crash the game if you actually have the horse killer now. This still doesn't look that great. It looks blurry as hell. That's my biggest... I am at 1440p, and I can tell, even if it's 10... Dude, it'll look worse at 10. Ugh. Why is it so blurry? Why is it so blurry? Why is the foliage blurry? Why is the trees blurry?
Let me show you some of
And it's not because I'm paused. It just looks that way. Blurry and weird images. Like, you see the plants right here? They're slightly blurry, but if you look at the dogwood, it's blurrier. Blurry here. Blurry up here. Siri's whole thing is a blur. Holy hell, that looks bad. That's why I said to take off motion blur for the love of God. See, this was my problem with Tekken Tag Tournament 2 with the motion blur. Look at the bear's movement. It doesn't look right. There's like a fog over the area over here, don't you think? It's like, what's going on? Why is there a fog in the air? It's not because it's humid, is it? I think it's because we're also moving through town that it's not going to be. It'll drop a few frames here and there. It'll look slower. We're doing... What push mechanic was that from? Assassin's Creed. Notice how responsive the world is? Are they going to say that?
Notice how
Where are they going to say that?
the world is.
Dude, you're on a controller. You got to imagine this being on PC.
Character actions directly affect what happens around you.
Motion blur every time you
Sometimes
turn.
even settings of-
Looks bad. It looks bad. Stop turning. Notice how Siri looks less blurry, but everything else motion blur. Take it off. Oh, you can't notice it. Dude, I notice it whether it's paused or not
Everything is
paused,
working
man.
together. To fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at...
It's just the motion of things look wrong. And this is supposed to be in-game. I know they say not actual gameplay, but that's BS. We're in-game. You're moving the character around. What is this, a cutscene? That's not how it works. Interactive cutscene. Is that what we're going to call games now? Interactive cutscenes?
Get your ass up.
Ooh, why was it so blurry moving in? Why was it so blurry?
Again, Wilfred.
Look at... Okay, we're going to slow this down by half speed just so you guys can see it even worse. Oh, why would you unfocus? Ugh. It feels like I'm being dramatic, but like I keep saying this, like you don't unfocus, man. I don't even have to make it at freaking... I can put it at 0.75 and it still looks bad. Ooh, why'd it go unfocused there? Oh, I did in any game, to be fair. It's not just a criticism of modern games. Modern games just did it so often. That focus, unfocus looks so bad. Why is it in focus here? Unfocus is here. There was a glitch. Okay, there was a glitch right here. It looked like it spawned in. Don't do this. Unfocus, focus. Field of Death actually might be the issue here. Oh, the tree's gone. It's just gone. And it's noticeable, right? And you say, well, you're just nitpicking. No, I am not. When you put the focus where Siri is looking, it's going to be way more noticeable. And I understand this is a tech demo, but come on, man. They have an area where you focus, but when motion happens, everything becomes unfocused. Even Siri to a little bit. It's so jarring. How much is focus unfocused? What is it? It's like zoomer editing that it reminds me of. Just cut, zoom in, cut, fade in, fade out, cut. Or like WWE under Kevin Dunn, where it's like zoom in, zoom out, cut, over here, over there. Just like this was like 10 seconds. If that of just focus, unfocus, focus again, weird motion blur, focus, unfocus, focus. Back to focus. Dude, in Witcher 3, everything was in focus. You make everything look bad when you make it all smeared. This was a bad choice. Should not have done this. You should have been... Everything should be crystal clear. That's the criticism I'm going to give this. The Witcher 3, I think, did pretty good, if I remember correctly. Unless they had patches later on. Is that when you're talking to someone in-game, nothing else goes blurry. It's all crystal clear. There's not motion blur or focus, unfocus like it's this weird movie. Okay, this is a video game. Quit trying to make it a movie. Because it looks worse. Go back to physics freak out on his head wrap. Probably. Is it around here? Oh, you're right. It jolted a little too quick. Yeah, right there, like super jolts into place. It looks weird in motion. Doesn't look that bad in slow motion. We're in this weird uncanny valley of graphics now, where it looks somehow simultaneously realistic and unrealistic. Like it looks wrong. Really don't like the focus, unfocused stuff. Like everything in the background has to be blurry because the person talking. That wasn't even a problem years ago. Old games and even some modern games don't do that. I mean, it's got good skin stuff. Yeah, great. Her face looks. Yeah, don't look right. I don't know. It's like her head's too big. Something looks off here, and I can't really describe it. Maybe it's something to do with her face. Maybe it's, no, it's her chin. Maybe I think her chin might be too It has a weird dip in it. Why is her chin so big? They made her chin too big.
Well,
But the
I
way they
was
did
still
it
dreaming.
with Siri's new face is that when you try to modernize graphics, it made it look like you made her head bigger. There's also like dips on the side of the chin where it's straight here. See, if you notice, there's not really like big dips in her face. It's probably because the graphics hot in and out, I should say. Whoa, go back. It looks bad. It looks bad. It doesn't look natural. It looks smeared. It looks too cinematic for my taste. You're saying it runs at 60. It looks like it runs at 24.
No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse.
Why are we in focus? Okay, because we're going towards it. I'm like, why are we in focus now? Oh, look at Siri. Dude, it looks like a weird radio. Oh, what is it called? Radio blur. I think they call it like DGOS blur. Why is the, well, I guess because it's closer, I guess it wouldn't be as blurry, but there's this weird blur they put on that I absolutely hate. Witcher 3 did not do this. I don't know why you need to blur everything. Everything should be in focus. The eyes look too big too. Something's wrong. It's just, they fixed it to what it was before, but head's too long. Her face is like too wide as well. It looks wrong. What's wrong with his fingers? There's a finger problem too? Is he just an old man? Is that why his fingers look like that? And it just blurs everything. Siri's super blurry despite being close, but the background's less blurry. It's inconsistent about its blurriness. It doesn't understand what it wants to be. Why is the background clearer than Siri? This embroiderment does not look good. It's blurry as hell. Blurry as hell, but her embroiderment looks better than this. This looks awful.
And
the arm
there
looks
is
better, but
tons of
the
tech to
back
play
does
here.
not.
Even in a simple market
Also,
stall.
the hat looks
that is-
way too fuzzy and blurry. Some of these clothes look
more.
okay.
Yeah, and all of
Fish looks okay. Gap in quality between Siri and NPCs.
these is as small as possible.
No kidding. Why does that even have to be talked about? Are the people that made Witcher 3 not there anymore? Because that's what it makes it sound like. Look at this left side up here, right? It's not because the daytime changed. Ooh, the textures were missing. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. See, it's completely gone now. Wow.
Tons of optimization.
No way you're using the term optimizations. No way. Oh my God, no way. If Witcher 4 does not live up to these expectations they're giving, right? Not what we're giving. I can't believe they're using the term optimizations. No way. Yes, the gamer buzzword they talk about.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here.
They even messed up the word, dude. No way. No way. You didn't even say the word correctly, and I get it, man. You're on stage.
So-
Come on. The one word that is probably the most important out of everything you've talked about is this word right here. Unreal Animation Framework.
Allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget.
Imagine saying 60. Dude, I hate that developers keep focusing on console sales and not thinking about the PC gamer. I hate it so goddamn much.
Unreal Anim-
'Cause it's like we're stuck in the Stone Age with this 60 FPS concept. 64 FPS budget, dude. CRT games, like games from the 90s ran at 60 frames per second, dude. CRT TVs and monitors naturally at 60, and you could go above that too if you wanted to. The refresh rate was different, horizontally and vertically. What budget? I don't know. 100 million? I don't know what their budget is. It's big. Are they outsourcing their content to Epic Games? Is that what that means, or am I too
With
dumb? The chin looks normal here, but it didn't look normal. Whatever. Oh yeah, the jokes about playing Gwent all the time. The swords don't clip through the cloak. This is without a doubt an unimpressive accomplishment of technological innovation. Reigns clipping through the horse though.
So just like Geralt,
Yeah, they clipped through. Nice! Good spot. Oh, they absolutely clipped through the... None of this will be in the final version. CD already confirmed the tech that will not even be remotely close to their final product. Then why show it? Why even show it all? What is this? Money laundering scheme? What is this for then? Okay, because if we're going to wait 2 years, it's going to be too long. I mean, they even got on the #1 on the trending page. Sometimes the swords just glitch out. It's basically a cutscene. Exactly. Well, it's in-game. It's in-game. It's not pre-rendered. Yeah, the footage does. It's a typical white lie that no way the game actually does and will. I can guarantee you the final game will not look anything close to this in both graphics and cool details, physics, and NPC environment interaction. CD Projekt is notorious from over-delivering insane pre-release tech showcase footage only for the final product to be nowhere near that. That's correct. Witcher 3 didn't look the same. Looks like she got Botox in her cheeks. Correct. She looks like she got a facelift.